Most Americans want secure borders, but they also don't want ICE agents roaming around in libraries, roaming around in our communities, going after American citizens or going after those who are undocumented but are paying taxes and working hard.
That's California Democrat Congressman Ro Khanna with me last week on Mornings with Maria on Fox Business, saying Democrats want to replace ICE with a different immigration agency that does not go after illegal immigrants who are employed and who pay taxes. Joining me now with the reaction to that and the Save America Act is Florida Congresswoman Paulina Luna, a key member of the House Oversight Committee. Congresswoman, your reaction. Good morning to you.
Look, Democrats, that agency that they're talking about, this one that wouldn't actually enforce the law, would not have gone after people like Abraham Alvarez, that UFC terrorist bomber that, thank God, the FBI was able to locate and stop the attempted terrorist attack. But what I will say is, Maria, is that our job as elected officials is to not think with empathy, but to think with safety and ensuring that our citizens are protected. And the left tends to exploit empathy, specifically with people on this topic. But the fact is that illegal immigration hurts people on both sides, and it must be enforced equally. So I would be 100% against that.
Well, I mean, you heard what Markwayne Mullin said at the beginning of the show. This Iran war has led the IRGC to direct Iranian militants to come into America through our northern border. That's what they're dealing right now with at DHS.
100%, and a lot of people are uncomfortable talking about that because there seems to be this notion that if you want to enforce the law, if you're talking about specifically the fact that these are militant, military-aged male, jihadists, that somehow makes you racist, when in actuality we're simply talking about safety and the facts here. And so, as someone who is the granddaughter of immigrants, what I will tell you is you cannot allow empathy to distort the view and perspective of what happens. This world is not a safe place. And it is our job as elected officials to ensure that our people are kept safe, and that means enforcing the law.
Look, I know that you already passed the Save America Act out of the House, but it seems the Senate is just unwilling to take this on. What is the problem with the Senate, and why are they so unwilling or unable to extend and execute President Trump's agenda?
Look, you heard J.D. Vance say it best. It is a defeatist perspective to say, well, the votes aren't there, so we're not going to try. But it's equally the fault of the House. And I actually just messaged the Speaker and I said, look, we can't allow them to put a Senate bill on the floor that they're going to use in their re-elections without attaching the Save America Act to it. And I know that the president has been very vocal about this. And I do hope that if it does pass, we're going to try to stop it. We're going to try to attach the Save America to it. But he should actually veto it. Because the fact is that they're not doing their job. They are literally slapping the American people in the face. And this is an 80-20 issue. You want to talk about election integrity, you want to talk about national security. This is the one thing that we could do and deliver for the American people that is bipartisan and would help guarantee and secure elections in the future.
Absolutely. Congresswoman, it's great to see you this morning. Thank you. Florida Congresswoman Paulina Luna.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.